and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
It's time for the question of the week. We got the mail girl in here. Angie, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Angie. Good to have you back here again today. Angie, just getting back from a hot date.
I was just thinking it's weird. We're usually starving sitting here, and now I'm full. And I think starving's better for your energy.
Maybe. Maybe. Old Angie.
Do I have anything in my teeth, by the way?
Oh, a little late for that. Nope, nothing in the teeth. Nothing in the teeth, but we went to a nice romantic candlelit dinner, didn't we?
Oh, God.
It was dark. And we walked in at 5:00. Like there was blue hairs there like crazy. Well, should back this up a little bit. We dropped the kids off right there in the same complex to like one of those trampoline parks. Yeah, trampoline parks. Mm-hmm. And we said, we're going to walk over here. We're going to eat. And then they're going to keep jumping. So that's what we did. And the guy at the thing, he's like, can you guys be done by 6:15? And like, I misheard him. And then you're like, what? He goes, we got somebody reserved that table at 6:15. And we're like, yeah, we're not going to take an hour and 15 to eat. So we did.
It was packed. It's such an old people restaurant.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
5:00 and it was packed.
Angie, what did you get there?
Chinese chicken salad.
Chinese chicken salad. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like the chicken salad I think of. It was like a lettuce salad.
Yeah.
I got the salad with the creamy parm. Got a level of creamy parm. And I was enjoying one of the rolls they had there. And I took a bite of the roll and I put it on my plate. And the lady came in, swooped in, took the plates. I'm like, so I didn't want to fight for the roll, so I said, all right, I'll give it up. And then I got the chicken carbonara. Yes, carbonara. A little mushroomy. I don't like the mushrooms that much, but I like
it had mushroom in it.
Bacon, and it was very smoky. It was smoky. So it was a nice one. We held hands across the table and by candlelight. And
Kyle paid.
I paid. It was great. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, but we got to go back and get those kids here. I said, we got just enough time to do this question of the week. It's all about just finding your spots and filling holes, right, Angie? Just filling holes every single day. So we're doing this real quick before we got to go round up those kids and stuff like that.
Are you taking you upstairs real quick?
You're going to take me upstairs real quick, and she's going to decompress my spine for me. Is what she's going to do. She's going to decompress my spine, and maybe
you need what's that thing you hang upside down?
Yeah, vertical thing or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Decompression.
Yeah, my back's in bad shape. But Angie, good news this week. I got to ring the bell. Cancer free over here. I don't have cancer anymore. I went to the doctor, and they said, looks like you're good. We're going to come. We want you back here in like 6 months, and then we're going to see. So Angie was happy and then sad she didn't get all that life insurance that was coming her way and all that inheritance.
You tried to trick me.
I tried to trick you, and that was quite the story too, of course. Oh, we should save that for the podcast, I think. That was that was bad on me. It was bad on me, but it's a story for this coming Tuesday, maybe on the podcast, Angie. Is that what you said?
It's like we don't like New York.
Oh, why New York?
Because there's
the Statue of Liberty on my shirt.
Because you have the F word New York.
What?
Isn't it?
What is she talking about? That's Dr. Doom from Marvel.
I was talking about the letters. What? Doesn't it say F-U-C-K?
Yeah. Where's New York?
Mine.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about.
Idiot.
I tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing either. You know, I'm just relishing in being cancer-free here and ringing the bell. And bad news is...
I can't even look at your boobs right now.
No, they're covered up, so I can't. And no Make-A-Wish for Kyle here, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Maybe in the future, there's still time. It can come back. So
the dog's growling down there.
Got dogs here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. But Angie, we got to get to the question. We got to get there. And we got 2 questions this week that we got to get into. And we got a Bob Barker. It's Ace.
He can't get to us.
Well, he doesn't need to. Angie,
he's gonna bark the whole time.
We don't work with kids. We don't work with animals. You know how it goes.
I already acknowledged him. It's bad.
Here we go. We got an interesting one. Not necessarily a question, but kind of a question. And this is what I deal with. And not just picking on this guy, Rose Merito. Shout out to Rose Merito, a real one. But Angie, read the question.
Kyle, why don't you order some Mythic Legions? I think people would like to see Mythic Legions almost as much as they like Angie. What they don't like is Duke, the traitor Duke. Don't like him. thumbs down for Duke.
Hopefully everybody heard that. That was very soft spoken. So
It was a lot of work.
and you were facing that way and your microphone's over here. So Kyle, why don't you order some Mythic Legions? I think people would like to see Mythic Legions almost as much as they like Angie. What they don't like is Duke. You know, the traitor Duke. Don't like him. Thumbs down for Duke.
You're so much better reading.
Well, you just gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. But Rosmerito, if you're aware, I have a second YouTube channel, and a lot of people don't understand this, but I have a second channel with videos every single day. There's unboxings every day on Kyle Peterson 2.0, and guess what? Mythic Legions. Every day this week, we've had Mythic Legions unboxings over there. And it's funny is Rosmerito. I'm not picking on you, Rosmerito, but you commented on the weekly purchases video last week where I got the whole House of the Noble Bear Mythic Legions wave of like 12, 14 figures, whatever it is. So had all of those. So I do Mythic Legions. You got to check out the other YouTube channel. Todd from the Couch is over there. There's a lot of fun on that second channel. So make sure you're over there. And Angie's still coughing a month later.
I'm still asthmatic.
And you're saying I need to go to the spine doctor. I think you need to go to the doctor. Doctor, we'll play doctor later, and I'll show you what it's about.
The dog's growling.
So there it is. The dog's growling. He can get lost. What are we doing? He's penciled in with all these action figures that are stacked on the floor by her, so he can't get over here. But
he tried going there. I was scared he was going to knock the camera.
I was hoping for that. He knocked the camera over. But Angie, time for the next one.
Oh God, 17 Guzzy. Do you think YouTube helped you in the day job with presentations? Just curious.
So did my day job, or wait.
Has YouTube helped your day job, like with your presentations and stuff?
I don't know. That's a good question. That'd have to be for somebody that saw me prior and too, but I've been doing presentations for a heck of a long time, and I don't really get too scared about presentations and stuff, but I can recite the phone book. I can just get up there and talk. I like to work the room, and whenever I do presentations at work, I like to do it like I'm like doing like 5 minutes of stand up is what I like to do. It's like I'm at the Improv, and I'm like, oh, it's good to see you. Hey, Bob, you flew all the way in here. Good to see you there. I see you, Ted. I see you in the back.
And you've done that forever.
I have. And I worked the room like that. Like, oh, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you since a year ago when we were here. And what's new with that? How's the dog? How's the kids? And,
dead.
you guys probably wondering why I brought you all here today. And let's get into it. How about? But hopefully everybody's doing good. So
you got to set the stage.
You do. You got to win them over. You got to talk it out, and you got to have some fun with it along the way. But I'm sure it's helping. The more you talk on anything, it's going to just translate back and forth. And you could say my day job helped me in my YouTube job. I don't know, but it's funny. You go back to the early days of my YouTube channel. You go to that first video. It's like me sitting here. Hey guys, what's going on? It's like it's terrible. But that wasn't so much nerves. Like I didn't even know what I was doing because I've told the story many a times. I never watched YouTube. I've never watched an unboxing before I even started my own channel. So I think partially for me, that's why I feel that I'm different than others is I'm not a hand model. I don't sit here, and this isn't necessarily just a toy unboxing channel. It's more of a stream of consciousness, Kyle's life and stories along the figures.
Friends.
It is. And it's like, I got these figures here, but here's the story about that. And it's all fun to deep dives and things like, so it's a little bit different, but that's not necessarily the question. Old Ace just want to be over here so bad. He never wants to be by you. Do you got treats in your pocket? Maybe she does. But I'm sure it's helped me. The more you talk, the more you put sentences together. Unfortunately, they don't relate to each other. Like I don't get to talk the day job about things. What are we doing over here? Oh boy. Don't work with wives and kids, folks. He wouldn't dare jump up here, would he? Come on. You come up?
Come here.
Come on. Oh, he's up. We got another one. We got the mail boy. We got Ace. Ace is here. He hasn't been here in a while, but he's happy to be here. So there it is. There's old Ace. So yeah, I am sure it helped me with the day job a little bit along the way. I'm sure it's back and forth, and I think they've helped both of each other maybe at the same time, but is what it is. Is there another dog then? Oh, it's a tail. It's a tail hitting me.
You're not used to a tail.
Not used
He's
to a tail.
the only one that has a tail.
Well, here we go. So there it is, off the rails once again, and now it's got me off my game. Off my game here, Angie. You don't work with dogs, you don't work with children. So there it is. That's the question of the week. If you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below, and you too. He's not. Oh.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, all right. Let's wrap this up. If you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below, and you too could be a question of the week. But now it's time for the weekly purchases.
Yep.
All right, Angie, it's time for the question of the week. And Angie, thanks for being here. Angie, how are you?
I'm good. Are my headlights on?
Uh-oh. Hold on, I've got to start over. There's a big old dust bunny in front of the... All righty.
Yep.
Really? You should try to get them on.
No, not because they're not symmetrical.
People like, well, you just get one on. One headlight, like the song. All right, it's time. What?
I was still coughing.
Oh.
Oh God, what do you think about this?
Fire, I guess. Can't really tell.
Okay.
All right, it's time for question of the week. We got the mail girl here. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Angie says she's extra tired, so cut her a break. Cut her a break. Angie, you don't even know. You don't even know. Did you even get 10,000 steps in today?
15.
15,000. I got 15 steps in today from my office into this video, basically, is what I did. But working hard, getting ready. We're both on a travel. We're in a traveling man, I guess. Woman. We're leaving. We're going to California, flying on a jet plane. We're going to have some soaking it up in the sand and the surf. And
we need to pack.
Got to pack, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. We got to pack. We got to figure out what am I going to wear. So many unanswered questions. Where are we going to eat? What are we going to do? We got some windows we can work with. Angie wants a little In-N-Out, and she also wants to go to the burger place too. So we'll go to In-N-Out Burger probably when we're there. She's never had it, so she's got to try it once, I guess. Where else do we need to go when we're there? I'd really like to go to the Rainbow. Hopefully one of the nights, the Rainbow Bar and Grill. Pay my respects to the altar of Lemmy as usual, so I'd like to do that. I don't know. We got a long gap on one of the days where we could go somewhere. So maybe we go to Venice Beach. Is Venice Beach hopping this time of year?
I'm just going to put my feet in the sand and I get a little Mexican.
What will his name be? Who is this little Mexican? Micro Man?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll be on the road. We should just go see down into Tijuana. We're a couple hours away, maybe. Who knows? But we'll see. But hopefully we can maximize our minutes while we're out there in California this week, Angie. So we'll see what ends up happening. But before we do all that, we got a question of the week to dive into here. And we got 2 questions this week, Angie. And she's diving.
My eyes are, I'm like, straining to keep
those eyes are straining, but those hands are doing magical work right now. What's going on? What are we doing
here? My
here?
headlights are probably on.
She's got one headlight on. I saw it. I saw that headlight. It's just right there, ready to go, ready to cut glass around here. But Angie, we got a question of the week. Do you think you can read this?
No, I read that one.
It's fairly wordy. You need me to do it. I need to. Are you okay? So I'll read it and you answer it. That'll be a great turn of events right here.
Oh gosh!
But this comes to us from Bill Cox. Angie, get your mind out of the gutter. 1773. Kyle, I have a question, not about figures or toys. Well, you came to the right place, let me tell you. It's about work, the bane of all of our existences.
Grocery work.
I'm in the grocery business. I'm trying to climb in this industry. I work for Autry & Sons Food Tiger Greer's company.
Good Lord.
Long name, I know. Yeah, you're not kidding. And I'm not familiar with that one. Autry & Sons Food Tiger Greer's. Oh, no, it's not Ace again. What is going on? 3 weeks in a row?
Oh my God.
This is like a new thing every week. We do 300 of these episodes and we never have issues with Ace, and now all of a sudden he wants to be a part of it every single week.
I'll get him up here by the time you get done reading this question.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to get back to it. I work for Autry & Sons Food Tiger Greer's company, and I've heard of most grocery stores, so I'm not really familiar with this one. Long name, I know. They are huge in the South from Texas to Florida. How have I not heard of this then? I've usually heard of everything. I'll have to look that one up. I'm always interested in the grocery business, just like Ace is too. Let's see. A rival company, is trying to lure me away, offering good money and perks. I'm having trouble choosing between loyalty to my current job, who has, for the most part, been loyal to me, but pay isn't that great, or the money and perks. Just some opinions and advice is welcome, please, since you came from the same background. I think, and I did. Once upon a time, I was in those salt mines, those grocery salt mines, working my way up from the bottle and can boy, the sacker, the drive-up guy, up to cash register, then the outer departments through management and stuff like that. And then all through college, I worked in the grocery business and the grocery stores. And then after college, I worked for grocery. I went back to my store for a little bit. And then I said, do I want to be in this world or do I be on the other side of the fence? And I decided, you know what? I want to be on the other side of the fence. And Ace, what are you doing here? You come up here, you're going to put a show together? You're just looking like a zombie dog.
Looks like me.
Yeah, you too. Just a match made in heaven. But I had to make that choice. And at the end of the day, one thing I've learned through my years, and I'm not saying take all my advice. You got to take my advice and put it towards what you do. And Angie, feel free to chime in with your advice on this one here. But most likely take the money and run is what I'm going to say. I used to be very loyal. I'm still very loyal to every company I work for. I put my time in. I do my thing. I try to grow the business no matter what it is. But I feel like, and I hate to say this, and I think this is probably true for almost any industry, loyalty isn't quite what it once was. I miss the days of the guy that worked for 40 years at one of these companies, and they had the big retirement special for him. Those things are few and far between. I can tell you in my neck of the woods, I have like 11 years over there, and I'm like the second senior guy. So that tells you a lot about loyalty from companies and loyalty from workers. We should always be loyal when we're under the umbrella, but if you have an opportunity to move yourself and your family, your kids, whatever it may be, or just yourself, if that is it. Angie, you soaking this in? You taking this advice? You taking notes over here? Oh, no.
Oh my God,
what is this guy? I apologize for this guy. Just lay down, Ace. But if you have a chance to move yourself forward and make more money, which means hopefully an earlier retirement, hopefully you can enjoy life a little bit longer, I would take it if you can. Don't work with these dogs. We're going to start kenneling him when we do these videos going forward. Just take a load off, buddy. Just lay down.
Oh my God.
Lay down. No, it's not pet time. It's lay down time. But I would probably take a serious look if they're offering you a better opportunity, better pay and stuff. You only got one life. You might as well take the money and run. Now, I don't know the whole situation here. One thing I will tell you from somebody from both sides of the fence, be it other side of the company or the grocery company, it never works very well if you say, hey, this place is giving me a hot offer. If you'll match it or give me this little bit more money or something, I'll stay. That usually doesn't work very well because sometimes what they'll do is they'll match that or they'll give you what they want. But in the back of their heads at all time, they're like, you know what? Old Bill Cox, he was going to walk the plank on us. He was going to leave at a moment's notice. He's not as loyal as he used to be. So it is a little bit of a game right there. So it is a dangerous game. But I would say, what? It is.
He's just looking at Todd.
It is a dangerous game because if you do leave, you obviously have a lot of friends and associates over there. It's a whole new world, so that's always scary. And I've had to do this a few times in my career, and I tell you, I am glad I did that, Angie. When I left my former employer, I actually doubled my salary. That was a pretty big deal to say, holy cow, what? You're going to give me this much? I couldn't believe it. I was blinded by the money, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But double your salary. I don't know if my work-life balance got any better, but I don't know. You got to vote with your heart. What does your brain tell you? And I always say, too, whatever you think is right is what is right. So you got to follow your own path on that kind of thing. It's one of those. It's one of those things, Angie. Anything you have to add on this? You ever had any hot business dealings like this where anybody tried to steal you away or anything?
You got to go big or go home.
Go big or well. And that's what Ace is just like looking into the side like he's like having a stroke or something. Like he's zoned out. He's looking at the ghost. Ace, what do you think, buddy? Ace, you got anything to say?
I thought he's staring at Todd.
Todd on the couch is just looking.
It's like
Todd showing him his bat wings over there again. It's so weird. Like, we've never had Ace ever want to be up here in this. And then all of a sudden, here we are 3 weeks in a row. He sits there wanting up. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know what this means. I don't know where it's going.
We gave in once.
But he never did it before earlier. So it's a very strange situation with this Ace right here. I don't know what is going on, but he's sitting. He's not even doing anything. He's not even entertaining. He's just sitting here. Like, we could almost leave the room, and I think he'd be doing the same thing if we weren't here. I don't know. People are enjoying Ace, but I'm not. This isn't really a place for dogs. I'll tell you that much. It's not. And I don't know. Ace is the place. So there it is. Bill, I hope I answered some of that. I'm trying to get back over here.
The fact that the other companies notice you means you're doing it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Job. That's good.
I would say so. And you know what? There's nothing better than having some options. That's for sure. It's always nice to have options in life. But I'd be interested to hear what grocery
is going on with these questions.
They're too long for Angie this week. Angie usually like them long.
Spots. I think I'm losing my vision.
Angie and Ace, they didn't belong here. They just kind of interrupted this. It was just an A-B conversation. They need to see themselves way out of this one here.
Can we just walk off?
Yeah, maybe. But we do got one more quick question here that I'm going to answer. I think this was from a while back. Uh-oh, we're going to get a show. It's all right. This one comes from Daniel Recommends. Daniel Recommends here. He's got some nice comments in here, but then at the end, he's got a question. Maybe this could be question of the week. And he put ... So you know it's serious when there's 3 dots. Do you set a weekly, monthly figure budget, or you just spend whatever you need to get your figure fixed for the week?
Just spend whatever you need.
Just spend whatever you need. Some weeks are huge, and weeks like this are pretty non-existent. So you never know where the cookie may crumble in the weekly purchases. But you snooze, you lose, unless you play the long game, but maybe you do win. So we know how that all goes. But no, I don't set any of that kind of stuff. One of these days I will. And I think things are dialing back a little bit. I don't know. The
I
purchases.
don't have a budget. You're wondering.
Angie's the one that needs
need
a budget. I just don't understand how our Target bill is more than our mortgage every month. That's the thing that I don't understand. That just shocks me to my core. Oh my gosh, I'm like Fred Sanford. And
The shopping, the clothes, the K-pop, the figures,
the makeup,
the skincare.
Oh my gosh.
The Starbucks.
The Starbucks. The animals.
The dog food.
Yeah, we got to get these dogs into the vet. It's like $1,000. You got to take all three in at the same time to get all their shots, all their stuff going on. So there's $1,000 there. We got to fix the drain spout. Maybe I should set a budget
The
now that I think
dishwasher
about
was
it.
leaking.
Dishwasher leaking. Angie was leaking after a hard laugh the other day. It's true. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, but I guess that's
Did you
it.
even read it?
I did. It was only the bottom half.
Oh.
So there it is.
I could have read that one.
Angie, guess what? I got more videos to do. I know you said you're going to go wash up, get your pajamas on, get ready for bed, where Kyle, I got to slave away and work. Look at this guy here. He just flip, flop, and fly.
He's an idiot.
And it's the weirdest thing,
Dumbest
too.
dog we've ever had.
Where are the other dogs? Where's Lemmy and Domino? I'm shocked they don't come.
Damn.
I don't know.
But I'm so cute.
I don't know why they don't come down here, but he's a little golden retriever that is really a corgi poo, but he thinks he's a golden retriever. I don't know.
Oh,
Ace. Well, we'll see it. We'll see it eventually. Can't wait for your candid bikini shots from Venice Beach here in a couple of days. So we'll be there for that. Maybe we'll film some stuff out there. We'll see. But this is just rambling on. This is going on, and Ace is getting involved.
Ace is the place.
So there it is. So there it is. That's the question of the week. You want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below, and you too can be the question of the week. But now it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, Angie's here. That means only one thing. Time for the question of the week. Angie, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good to see you here again. Looking good in yellow. And Angie, we come home from California. We left, it was like 10 degrees in a blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
We come back, it's 80, and today's like 86.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. In like 3 days, we get 60, 70 degree swing. So we're here for it. Brought some of that California weather back home, I guess is what we did. But Angie, we had quite the week this week, did we not?
Very busy.
Very busy. No rest for the wicked. It was a vacation week for me from work. And man, I am just, I'm scared how long my work week's going to be next week trying to catch up. I missed 50 hours a week, of course, being on vacation. So I'll have to catch up on those 50 hours plus a new 50, 60 hours. I'm going to be extremely busy this next week. Plus videos, catch up, all that kind of stuff. No rest for the wicked, though. Ozzy Osbourne style. And you feel like you just got out of the sun. You're very warm. My hands are cold. Oh, a nice hot, warm bath.
You're tanner than I am.
Oh, well,
Rude.
I just got to look good on camera, I guess. But yeah, you had a nice warm bath. I'm sure that was adventurous as it usually is.
Lots of shaving.
Lots of shaving. Got all
hair
clean.
removal.
Oh, hair. You're like a Bigfoot, I'm sure. But Angie, clean as a whistle. I'll check later. We'll see what happens. But Angie, we got the question of the week here, and we're going to dive into it. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
Josh V002. I love to get some behind the scenes of the Mattel reveal. How do you find out? What did you know beforehand and in the moment?
Etc. So I wanted to lead with that here. We're not going to give all that right here. Save this, hold this question. We'll put it in the podcast this week. The podcast this week going to be a little bit, not usual segments, maybe a little bit of those segments, but we're going to give the whole story of the trip, what we did, what we knew, what we found out, behind the scenes at Mattel Revealed, the after show, all that kind of stuff. We'll get to all of that. So save that question, or we'll answer that in the process of episode. What episode are we on?
I have no idea. 55?
53, 54, 53, I think. Uh-oh. I feel
know, that's why I'm laughing.
I feel a little friend down below our feet. It is our dog Ace. We'll see. Hopefully he won't bark. We're not going to let him get up here.
Well, he got to us this time. Last time he couldn't
got
get
through.
Us.
What's he doing? He's laying down. So
that's good.
Camera shy this week, old Ace. But we'll talk all about the Mattel Revealed, all about the trip to California on the podcast this very Tuesday. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Listen to it on your podcast. Listen to it on YouTube. Thumbs it up. All that fun stuff like Angie does each and every week. But we'll get to it, like I said. So a lot to talk about that whole event. And if you got questions for that, you can stick it in the question of the week comment in the last episode of the YouTube, or email TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And we might answer it over there, but we'll get to a lot of stuff. So check out the podcast this week for the behind the scenes of the Mattel Creations Revealed event. Angie, question of the week. What is it?
The dog's licking my feet.
That was actually me. I got a really long tongue. We got a long tongue. Get deep in there.
Oh my God. All right. Jesso Kelly. Hey, Kyle. What is a dream match we never got that you would like to see? Mine is Punk versus Piper, with Piper being the big influence on Punk, and them both being great promo guys. I think the build-up would have been super entertaining, and the match would have been wild. Thanks.
Yeah, I think that would have been really good. It would have been really interesting the way that one would have went. With Punk being such a Piper fan, would he hold back? Would it not be? Sometimes those matches, those dream matches, don't live up to the hype. But I would say if you had to list 5 dream matches for me, I'm sure that would be on my list. That's a good one there. Angie, you have any dream matches? Any dream matches? You want to take me on in a dream match? No. Okay, you don't have anything because Angie's like, I don't know. Angie's like, I don't know what matches have happened and not happened. That's her problem, probably. But there's definitely one that sticks out for me. I know people would hate it. I know it wouldn't be a very good match, but little Kyle would just be on the couch, jumping up and down, pulling every hair out. He wouldn't know what to do. I knew who I'd be for, but boy, it would have been amazing. It would have been Prime Time Surfer Sting versus Prime Time Ultimate Warrior, the Battle of the Paint. Can you imagine? I would have loved to actually seen it one step further. If they didn't want to do that because of egos or whatever, if it was an interpromotional match, maybe it goes to a draw or whatever, but I would love to see that. But on the flip side of that, if they want to do something different, maybe it would be like Ultimate Warrior and Axe and Smash Demolition representing WWF versus the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, and Sting in a 6-man match. That would have been something. So Warrior versus Sting, I'd say Warrior all day long. I'm a Stinger. I love Stinger, but Warrior, come on, the bigger draw. I don't care what people say. He would have won. But if you go to the 6-man, Demolition and Warrior versus Legion of Doom and Sting, I'm going Legion of Doom and Sting. I'd have to. I'm sure Axe would take the fall. That's what would happen. But those would have been dream matches for little Kyle. The face paint wars, oh my gosh, I can't imagine what my life would be like if that would have happened. I'd probably be wearing face paint right now if that match would have dived into.
Do they smear their paint on their opponent when they're sometimes?
Sometimes you see that. We saw that just the other day. I saw that, I should say. I saw R-Truth versus somebody the other day, and he had some face paint on his face against...
just rub each other.
Whoa, what are you rubbing right now? Holy cow. We'll fill that up later. But that would be my dream matches. The face paint stuff from my childhood would be absolutely amazing. Another match I would love to see I would love to see Brock Lesnar versus Dr. Death Steve Williams. I love especially All Japan Pro Wrestling era Dr. Death against Brock Lesnar. They'd probably have Lesnar win, but man, Dr. Death would not be one to mess with back then. I absolutely love stuff like that. Those are the ones off the top of my head. I'm sure I could list off 1,000 different ones, but those would be the ones I'd want to see, Angie. And Angie, I got a bonus trivia point for you. Do you know what wrestler wore this t-shirt I'm wearing right now?
Oh, God.
Do you have any thoughts on this shirt? Is it ugly? Is it beautiful? Is it artistic?
It's a little weird. Like a little weird. R-Truth or something?
Yeah, it's R-Truth. No, do you think I could wear this to dinner? Would you sit by me?
Yeah. Okay.
Should I wear it tonight?
Sure.
Ooh, look at that. So I will wear it to dinner tonight. Apparently we're getting tacos. Well, we're just keeping that California vibe alive, I guess. One more day. Too bad my Wrangler is in storage right now. It would be a perfect time to get the Wrangler out tonight. However, April showers are coming, so yeah, we'll see. But Brian Pillman. You ever heard of Brian Pillman? What do they call him? They call him Brian Pillman, as far as you know. But Brian Pillman wore this shirt. So you guys can probably guess what review I was just doing to be on the channel very soon.
I couldn't.
Brian Pillman.
I didn't know which one.
So there you go. But that's about it. We have a lot to talk about the California trip. I don't want to put this into a 10-hour video. We'll save it all for the podcast over there. But how about one quick one to put Angie on the spot? What was your favorite thing we saw in California?
You on live TV.
Me on live TV or live stream. There you go. Sure. Angie was so proud, and a lot of people saw Angie there in the crowd. A lot of people, eagle-eyed viewers. Angie didn't know she was going to be. No, it wasn't. And then I said, well...
Thank God I looked decent. I was
you looked okay. I'm glad you put clothes on. She was walking around. She's like, I'm in California. I can wear a bikini the whole time. Nobody can stop me. But she had actual clothes on that day. But Angie, it was you were just gonna sit in like the, I don't know, what is that? The waiting room?
Area.
I don't know what that is. And I was like, hey, she's my +1. Could she be part of the audience? Like, yeah, sure, we can use more people. I'm like, why didn't they ask us? But I'm glad I did. So you got the purple wristband, and then they just said, hey, follow the directions of the stage crew and clap and stuff. And
What were all those people, like other influencers or something?
some were.
Weird.
Am I an influencer? I don't know about that.
Well,
I'm
that's
something.
That's just what they call you.
They call me that. I'm something. I don't know if I'm an influencer.
You're a content creator.
That's true. You know, I'm a man of many nicknames. You better not tell them the nicknames you give me all the time.
I'll keep it PG.
But, you know, influencer is such a weird word, and it's got kind of a negativeness to it a little bit.
I feel like influencers like try to get people to buy stuff.
And I do, because, hey,
You
shop
do,
at Jay's
but-
Toys and Games, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what I am. I guess I am an influencer, kind of. I mean, anybody that posts anything is an influencer. I mean, if you were posting on Instagram, you would be influencing people like, oh, I just had the greatest Starbucks of my life. I guess that's influencing in some ways, even if it's planting the seed.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm more of just your old buddy Kyle that's having a discussion. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Whether or not I influence you or not. And I'm telling you what I think of something, and you might not agree with what I think. So it's a weird thing. But I guess at the end of the day, content or creator, influencer.
But nobody pays you to say anything.
Yeah,
nobody say whatever.
Yeah, nobody's
Kyle
going to
can't
tell
be
me what
bought.
to say.
Kyle can't be bought.
And there's this funny
I probably could.
well, for the right price. Ted DiBiase had it right. Everybody has their price. But they did say, too, and we'll get to it more in the podcast, about, like, if you don't like the item out of here, that's okay. But just don't be over the top negative. Basically saying, just pretend like you like it. And some people said, boy, Kyle really loved that Stone Cold. And then there was other comments, Kyle really hated that Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. And it was exactly what I said on the show. But I'll tell you all about my thoughts about it on longer form. Tell you all about it. Tell you all about it, how they switched my question up, how they put me on the spot, all the fun that was had. And there's a lot to talk about. Hopefully I'll be able to get
and I'll
through.
tell you what I thought he thought.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
From your reaction.
And hopefully we can keep that podcast to about an hour. So we'll see what ends up happening. So much more on that. But if you want to be the question of the week here for next week, put it in the comments down below. If you have a question about Mattel Creations Revealed or any of that, you can stick that down in the comments of this video. But Angie, I don't know if that's going to work, because we're going to film that podcast tomorrow, and tomorrow is when this drops. So the timing might not line up. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Anything else before we go get dinner?
We might tell a story about some Baywatch babes.
We may do that. That's true. The mystery was solved. The mystery was solved here with a late night Instagram message from my wife. She said, I couldn't reach over in bed and tell you. I couldn't text you. I couldn't call you.
I wanted to see.
But I will send you an Instagram message. I will do that in the middle of the night.
I'm so old.
And I blocked you.
I thought I sent it on Instagram, but I sent it on Facebook.
Keep you guessing all the time over here.
Keep me off the internet. That's
Keep
what
her
you should
guessing.
do.
You know, keep your OnlyFans up. It's doing record numbers last month. I don't know. It was cold outside, but it was warm on the OnlyFans, Angie. There's no doubt. I couldn't believe some of the stuff you were doing. But the produce shopping was a step too far. That's all I'm going to say. But there it is. You want to be the question of the week? Put it in the comments down below. But Angie, it's time for the weekly purchases. All right. It's time for the mail girl, Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Angie. Good to have you here, as we got a special episode today of the weekly purchases. Do you know what we're celebrating?
6th anniversary of your YouTube.
6th anniversary of the YouTube. You remember the first anniversary of the YouTube video we did?
Vaguely.
We had the kids were involved. They were very little at the time. We had nice messages from the major pod team and many other people. It was a great celebration of the 1 year. Then last year we had a big celebration for the 5-year anniversary of the channel. And now here we are, 6. And Angie going all out. 6. Now let's be honest. 6 isn't as big as 1 or 5 or 10. Right. But Angie going big or going home. Look what she got. She got a little a balloon, Angie. And you blew that up yourself?
Fun fact, it's actually a 9.
It's an upside down 9.
They ran out of 6.
They said, we're going to cut you a deal. And we said, we're just doing it for a bit.
Deal.
No deal? Oh, my gosh.
Full price, baby.
Have you not learned... Have you not learned something from this channel? It's got to get a deal, Angie. It's got to get a deal. You should say,
Finagling is your middle name.
I'm going to take a couple dollars off of this thing here. As you know, the money we'll earn from this episode here might almost pay for that balloon. Mm-hmm. Might almost, probably not. But it's a loss leader channel. That's what we do. We love to just throw our money out for your entertainment. But the hits keep on coming, Angie. What else did you bring to the party here today?
Little cake.
She got a little cake. So
happy YouTube anniversary.
Happy 6th anniversary. We're going hard on 6. We're going hard.
Should we eat a piece right now?
No, not at the table. No, what kind of cake is it?
It's with chocolate or marble, maybe with white frosting.
So Angie,
so not his fave. Kyle likes a yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
I feel like we're going back to last week on the podcast about the bagel story at the airport. You remember? You remember? What? I don't like cream cheese on my bagel. Angie ordered me a full. And then, how do I like my cake?
Do you like yellow cake with chocolate frosting,
or white cake with chocolate?
Chocolate frosting looks ugly when you write on it.
That sounds awfully racist. I think is what that sounds like to me.
Have a white cake.
Oh my gosh. Well, the sediment still stands, and I'll take one bite of it and then spit it in the garbage because
that's crazy.
That's what I'm going to do. I have an eating disorder, let me tell you. But here we are, Angie, celebrating the 6th anniversary of the channel. And you never spit.
I'm going to start spitting.
If
you spit that cake out, I'm spitting.
I will not spit it out then.
Spit in your eye.
Nope. You'll get that later as part of
that pink eye.
That's the real 6th anniversary special here. But Angie and I.
Instant yeast infection.
In the eye?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't know anything about it. That's what it does when you get in the eye.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never had cake in my eye either. But Angie, here we are at the 6th anniversary here, and we're getting ready for dinner here, and Angie picked the dinner tonight, and I couldn't say. It's a beautiful celebration here. Let's go to Kyle's least favorite place to eat for dinner. Where are we going?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, because it's not open on Sunday.
You and Emma must have discussed Five Guys.
Yeah,
she was in the car being like, I want Five Guys.
And you are the usual one that says, I really want Five Guys. You're like,
I like both.
You say, I got.
But Elle jumped in the car and she immediately asked for Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
and her and Sage had been her friend.
So you got her friend here too, but it's funny how I have the 6th anniversary here. All this hard work, all these years. Yesterday was the Toy News 300th edition of the Toy News. 300 Saturdays in a row, Angie, I posted the Toy News. No break, no missed episodes, nothing like that. Why can't Kyle go where he wants to go for dinner?
Like we stated earlier, you're anorexic and no one cares.
Ouch.
No one cares.
I am. I just don't eat anymore. I just don't have time. I just fueled on Monster. Got problems coming. And if you guys saw the podcast, which I guess unless you're a Patreon YouTube channel member, you'll have to watch it this week. But Monster coming on board as a sponsor could be happening. Had a very important business meeting. And you know me, I know a thing or two about a business meeting. So more on that in the future. Fingers crossed. Kyle needs to get some Monster in him.
I'll take some Flirt.
And she'll take this new Flirt they got. They said, oh, Angie be good to promote this Flirt. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But more to come in the future here. But we're representing the 6-year anniversary of the channel. A lot of shenanigans, a lot of stuff going on. We had the 300th edition of the Toy News yesterday. 6-year anniversary of the weekly purchases. And Angie, you'll have to watch back. I know you won't, but hopefully you can at least thumbs the video up. I started this very video with the video of the opening of my first ever weekly purchases video.
I saw you something. Did you post a little...
I haven't posted it yet. You haven't seen it yet, but you'll see it. So we've come a long way, baby. That's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to say. So not knowing what I was doing to still not knowing what I was doing.
You should also do my first question of the week and see if I've ever...
And I was going to ask that. When did you officially come on for question of the week?
I have no idea.
It was so funny. Angie, for, literally like 5 years, wanted nothing to do with the YouTube channel. Didn't even want to be on camera. She was nice enough to be on the... Nice enough to be on the 1-year anniversary. Now she's just all over the place. All over the place.
Oh my God.
But Angie is here today. And Angie, do you remember your first time on camera for the show? No, it had to have been the first 1-year anniversary. It had to have been
so awkward because I'm still awkward.
And it was funny that first year anniversary too. You had the kids and they were so small. It's amazing how fast they grow when they're little. So, 6 years ago in the lifespan of a kid is pretty hard. Emma, she's going to be 11 next month, and that means she was
5 and 9.
Yeah, 5 and 9. You did the math for me. I didn't have to get my fingers and toes out for Todd McFarlane.
Kyle's good at reading. I'm good at math.
I guess something like that. Something like that. But Angie, it's been a miraculous road over the last 6 years, and let's reflect back on a few things. We started a podcast a year ago. That was another anniversary. Just did the year anniversary of the podcast. And there's a lot of people sleeping on the podcast, and you're missing some A+ comedy over there. I'll tell you what. Will the mic work this week or won't it? That's one of them. For some reason, we have all kinds of trouble. Every once in a while, the mic works, and every once in a while, it doesn't.
It's because you're so loud. You take over my mic.
Oh, please. Somebody's got to be loud.
They're like, that guy doesn't need his mic.
Angie's loud in other places, that's for sure. She's like shopping malls and all kinds of stuff. But Yeah, Angie, the podcast, the year anniversary of the podcast, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Now, I did do 2 books. Let me plug them. You know why I got to plug these books, Angie?
No one else will.
That was an old joke from about a year ago because nobody else will. But I did write a book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toymaker Series. Both books available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon as we speak. And I do have a few copies of the ECW one if somebody wants an autographed edition. Got a few of those left. But I did do 2 books. I went to San Diego Comic-Con a couple of times, Angie, over the last 6 years. We went to PowerCon, or I went to PowerCon along the way. I went to Mattel Reveal just recently. Angie was there for that. Went to the Mattel WrestleMania event a couple of years ago. The Chicago Toy Show a couple times a year, every single year. Local toy shows as well. I had cancer and defeated cancer. Where are my cancer warriors at? Where are they at? I survived cancer.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. It was hit and miss for a while. It was hit and miss. I'd shave my hair. You know how that goes.
Oh my god.
It was tough. I survived cancer. And the real ones were there, part of me. And, it's funny. A lot of people never, noticed. But I did. I fought and I survived. I had 18 stitches. This poor, beautiful face of mine just disfigured. Never the same. Never the same. Along the way here, Angie, we got a new dog in Ace. I think we had Lemmy and Domino before the channel, but Ace came along. That was quite the weekly purchases one week where we got a new dog. So a lot of milestones, a lot of things over the years. But Angie, to put you on the spot, what would be your favorite thing over the last 6 years?
Oh my god.
Anything? Can you think of anything? Was it going to California? That had to have been it.
Yeah, sure.
Why wouldn't it be? I mean, you got some sun, you got some in and out, and you got some ocean time. You got some Baywatch time. You got to watch the Mattel Revealed event from right there in the audience. What more could you have wanted?
So fun.
So fun. But a lot of fun here on the channel as we celebrate 6 years. So here's to 7.
Nostalgia.
What year do you think this channel will be done? Either I'll quit or I'll die or whatever. What year would you say? 10th year? 8th year?
10.
We're doing the math.
4 more years.
How many more we got in us? How many more we got in us? I'm
You're going to age yourself out of here.
I'm not here for a long time, as we know. I'm here for a good time, Angie. You know about that. Where are your hands? Yeah, but yeah, we'll see where it goes. Take it day by day. But I've been grinding pretty hard. The real ones know out there. I'm doing 4 videos every single day for like 3 years now. 3 years. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of content. And I got to tell you, my day job's getting more busier than ever before. And that's got to always come first. After Angie, it's got to come first. Right, Angie? Right. So we'll see. I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. But we'll see what happens
you just
there.
Need to go to 1 video a day.
I go to 1 video a day, that's what it goes. Or maybe just 1 a week. Maybe I just do the toy news and the weekly purchases. We do the podcast, and then I do 1 review a week. 4 videos a week going forward.
I bet you could do less work and get more views.
Maybe, and I've heard that from a lot of people, but at the same time, it's not about the views and the money, but it would be great if this was my full-time job. Then it'd be a lot less stress in my life, but maybe more stress at the same time. I don't know how that would work, but maybe we go to 4. Maybe this is the turning point of the channel here going forward. We dial it back. It's the slow retirement. It's the slow retirement. I'm turning into my dad of like 2 years ago when he said he wouldn't be on the channel. And honestly, as much as I like doing videos with you, Angie, my dad videos were a lot funner.
Yeah.
It was a good time, old dad. And of course, check out all those NECA Universal Monster videos over the years. But maybe one day he'll come in and just say, hey, everybody, and that'll be it. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see what happens in the future. But who knows? 4 videos a week, that seems awfully manageable. Of course, Angie, you were out working, shopping, doing grocery shopping today. I filmed 14 videos while you were gone. 14 videos today. Wow. And now we're filming this, and then we're going to go to dinner. We're going to do our thing. But Angie, I've babbled on enough, I think. Yeah. How about you? Yeah. Is there anything you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to show? Anything you need to show everybody?
No, I'm showing them.
No.
Already.
It's funny, this episode of the podcast coming up, it was kind of like you showed your underwear. I thought that was an interesting power move from the chair. So you guys will see it this Tuesday if you watch the podcast. Angie did a little quick flash, and I left it in there. So we'll see. I did upload the video already. YouTube didn't ban it or anything. So cool. Well, you'll be good. You'll be good to go.
The audio is not great.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, the audio you'll have to see, but it's a little echoey. But it is what it is. I don't know.
Did you edit it?
it's all there's nothing I could do. I mean, with this limited brain power, I don't know. And maybe that's the other move I do, Angie. Either I dial it back or I ramp it up and I hire somebody. I need somebody behind the scenes that is going to do a bunch of, work and do stuff and editing and posting and doing reels and stuff. They just take the content. I'll film it. I'll do it all. And they take it from there and they become part of Team Kyle. It'd be great if I knew somebody locally though that would do that. It'd be nice if like that Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane or something could do something.
He's probably about the only one that can do it.
I don't think he could.
Like edit it all.
I don't think he does any of that.
Well, I can figure out how to edit it, but you have all those weird quirks and stuff
And
I'd have
that's
to
the hard
insert
part.
and all
That's
the
the
little
hard
pictures,
part.
and I have no idea what you're talking
Nobody
about.
knows. You got to hit that Jerry Reed moment just at the right time, and nobody else besides me knows how to do that. I don't think. Maybe
one of a
somebody.
kind.
One of a
You're one
kind,
of a kind.
like a young Rob Van Dam. And Angie, here we are, 13 minutes in, and we got some questions. We got some extra questions this week. Angie, the first one here. Read it off.
Abel 75 Dev 60. Why does he keep saying Todd McFarlane?
This is a question I get a lot, and I try to ignore it every single time, and I figured this is a special video. I will answer it once again. Now, the worst thing you could ever do as a comedian is try to explain your jokes to somebody. There's nothing worse than that. If you have to explain a joke, it's either not funny or it's went over their head and it makes them feel like they're not paying attention, whatever it is. It's like a magician. You don't want to explain your magic trick, but I'm going to dial it back here and I'm going to spill the tea. Is that what you say, Angie? Spill the tea. Now, first things first, guys, I hate to do this. I think there's some real ones out there, and we know about the real ones. You should just fast forward over this because you get it. We're on the same wavelength. But for the ones that aren't initiated in the Church of Kyle, I guess, I'm going to explain. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit here. Now, first thing I hate to say this too, guess what? I really don't hate Duke. I really don't hate Duke. It's just a funny bit. I like to keep it fun. I like to joke around. That's what I do on this channel. That's what keeps me sane. This is my stress relief. I like to joke. I have a joker's personality, wouldn't you say? I do that off camera too, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
I'm always joking. I'm always moving and shaking. Whatever. But it's a bit. And there's so many people that don't understand it as a bit. It concerns me for the population of the world. It really does, that they don't understand they're just jokes. And guess what? They're all off the top of my head. I don't know if you guys knew this, but a lot of people say, you sit there and for hours work into these jokes. No, it's whatever comes to my head. It's free flow consciousness. Get it out of my brain. That's what it is. But it's absolutely obscene. I've had repeated death threats about joking about Duke. And I can laugh that off, but it's crazy that people get that worked up about this kind of stuff. It is absolutely insanity to me. So that is number one. I know that wasn't the question, but I'm going to put it in here too.
Those people are reposting AI.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But Todd McFarlane has been a friend on the couch for a heck of a long time. And it's called absurdist humor, Angie. I don't know if you've ever heard about that. But one thing I really would like, and that's why you're here, Angie. My dad was great for it as well. I like to have some banter off somebody. I don't need them to lead the show and talk, but to chuckle at a joke or go back and forth. And Todd is a perfect straight man from the couch over there where I can joke and pretend that he's here. Now, Todd, great friend of the channel. I got to meet Todd McFarlane. We just locked eyes, and it was like one of those things where you lock eyes for like 2 seconds, but it was like 20 years. And it was like we just downloaded each other's memories, and two became one right there in San Diego that time with Todd McFarlane. And the McFarlane Toy Crew is a heck of a group out there. Say what you will, and a lot of people say, Kyle, you're a shill all the time. Well, I enjoy my figures. I like what I like. I don't what I don't. And I make it pretty vocal when I don't like something. And I'm the first to call something out. Just like Angie and her cough that's been going on for 3 months now. 3 months.
It's really...
But Todd McFarlane on the couch, I call him out all the time about the pins. Pins are not in. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like the pins. But Todd is funny to joke off, play off, lead up for jokes, converse with people instead of just saying it to the camera. It's like you're conversing with somebody. You're playing all the hits with the feet, the toes. He's wiggling the toes. He had an action figure without shoes and socks on, people. He had that, and he colors and draws without his socks on and shoes. It's a thing. If you know Todd McFarlane, if you've been collecting McFarlane figures back in the 90s like I was as a kid, Todd's a champion, and he's a real one out there. Say what you want about him. He lives this life, be it comics, be it action figures, and he changed the game. So I've been a huge fan of Todd McFarlane and what he's brought to the industry for many years, and I am very happy he is on my couch each and every single day to play off of and joke off of and stuff. And we've had a long, long thing. Just the other day, I don't know where it went. Todd threw this paper towel at me from the couch the other day, and it was hard and crunchy. It was the stiffest thing I've ever seen. And I don't know. You might have to look at that and see what that is.
Back to your college days.
Back to last night. What are you talking about? No, Angie takes all that now. But that's why Todd McFarlane is over there. It is all a joke, and some people don't get it. And you wouldn't believe how many people have posted in the comments numerous times that, Todd McFarlane is not really on his couch. No way, you're kidding me. But guess what? One of these days, it's going to happen. And maybe there's been talks. Maybe there hasn't been talks about that.
Hilarious.
So we'll see what happens.
Pan over there. And he's over there.
We'll see what happens one of these days. You never know. But it's definitely been in the conversation a time or two. So we'll see what ends up happening in the future. But it is just a lot of fun joking around. And then yesterday, Angie, I posted the Toy News, the 300th edition of the Toy News, and there's so many people that messaged me and stuff saying, did you know there's music playing in the background in your Power Town talk? I'm like, yeah, I edit the videos. I know it's in there. And people miss the humor in that. It was like a very country beat, like an old-timey cartoon foot chase. It's like that crazy music in the background where you're just kind of chasing your tail. That's what I put in there for the 300th edition because Power Town, we're chasing our tail. It's going crazy for a long time. So I put that in there for people that understood it, and there's a lot of people that didn't understand that. So
your brain, it's one of a kind.
It is, and I've said way too much. I've spilled too many of my jokes, and I'm not going to do this again. This is the last time. But
you're also very smart, and a lot of your jokes are like
going over everybody's head.
Subconsciously, you're manifesting things that happen for you.
Never know. You never know. My dad told me as a little kid, and this is some of the best advice I ever had, and I thought it was crazy as a kid. I never really believed in it. And I think he got this from my grandma, my dear old grandma who bought me so many figures at Ben Franklin's in Pomida once upon a time. And my grandma always did this. And I always made note of this when I was a little kid, a little life lesson here. Every day she started with a list. She had a list of things to accomplish every single day. And my dad has also done that kind of thing. And I do that. And my dad always says, you can do anything you want to do if you really want it bad enough. And I have always attested to that, and I think you can manifest it into the world if you really want to do something bad enough. You want something super, super bad. I mean, I don't know if you really want to win the lottery. I don't know if that's realistic, but if you want to get that promotion at your job, or you want to write a book, or you want to make a YouTube channel, you want to, change the world in whatever it is you want to do it. If you work at it long enough, you try at it long enough, you can make that happen. And it starts with making a list, a dream list, whatever you want to call it, and you check it off. And my recommendation, the pro tip here, Angie, is I always start my list with something extremely easy I know I will do. I should just put in, I'm going to wake up and pee. I should put that in there because I know I can get that done, and I can cross that off the list, and you feel motivated. And you always knock out the little things, and then you start tackling the bigger problems. Be it you do a list for your day to day, you do a list for, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. You always be planning, you always be looking at that kind of stuff. And you don't even want to see my list. You don't want to see my list about Angie.
No books for days.
No books, but you should see my list I got about you.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Good luck.
We got some work to do. Anyways, that's way too long, Angie. We got to wrap this up. Let's get to the next question here. These are a little faster.
I don't even know what that says.
Old school wrestling fan.
Oh, wrestling fan. Kyle, how old were you when you first started watching wrestling, and what superstar got you hooked?
Ultimate Warrior, baby. Ultimate Warrior. That's where it went from just like a little casual look. Okay. And I came into wrestling shortly after WrestleMania 3. So I don't know, 6 years. I guess I would have been in like kindergarten. 6, 7, of course. But it was after kindergarten, and I didn't know about wrestling. I didn't know anything about it. I was all G.I. Joe, He-Man, everything. And then some kids at the old playground were doing wrestling moves and stuff. Like, what are these guys doing? And you inherently know wrestling moves, and they're like, I'm gonna be Big John Studd or whatever the kid was doing. And I said, what is this interesting? And they told me, Saturday mornings on Fox. Fox, the one that shows the reruns of G.I. Joe or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I know Fox. And I watched it, and it stole my heart and never let go. But I'll never forget watching it at first, and my dad immediately coming in the living room. This is all not on the up and up. This isn't real. I don't know if you know that. So I never had a minute to believe it was the real thing, which I don't know. I wish I would have known.
I'm glad you didn't, because you just go too hard, like you and Santa. Oh my God.
Yeah, maybe.
You're still not over
maybe
that.
That's true. But I would have liked to have known I would have liked to have believed it was real for like a month or two or something, or like at least to the next pay-per-view. But so immediately I'm like, are you sure? And then you kind of watch it even at like 5 years old. You're like, Yeah, I guess. And
You're like, well, he lied to me about Santa.
well,
Or you still believe
I
him?
still believe fully in Santa at this point. But I was like, yeah, I guess I can see how that. Oh, man, well, yeah, okay.
Did you go tell your friends?
I don't
And
remember.
devastate them?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
But I remember that started, and then I was like, okay, what are these LJNs? The next thing you knew, I owned an Outback Jack in my collection. Never forget. So I was pretty young. I mean, that's where I first started watching wrestling. And like a lot of people stopped watching wrestling some point in their life, maybe their teenage years or whatever. Guess what? I am a guy that never gives up, Angie.
Mm-mm.
Never gives up. I never stopped watching wrestling. Do you know I've never missed an episode of Monday Night Raw?
That's crazy.
Never once in like the 30-some years of Monday Night Raw. I am such a, like, I have it on the DVR or whatever. It's like I have to watch it. I have to do it because it's just like.
Well, you're so routine.
I am very routine, and I like things that are always there for me. You know, there's so much hardship in life and hardship over the years. So you got a homing beacon that I know every Monday night during this time, I can feel like I'm home or
it's like
something.
a comfort blanket.
It's a comfort blanket, something like that. And I have a lot of things like that, Angie. I have a lot of things in my routine. I'm an old man with routines, that's for sure. I can't wait till I'm retired and I get that real routine going.
I'm gonna be dying.
We're gonna be going to the diner and splitting that pork tenderloin.
Great.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Trust me, like a young Jake the Snake Roberts. But there it is. Warrior got me hooked for life. Other way there, sweetie pie.
Amateur.
All right.
What is this? Be juggle rocks. When you refer to figures having a deep cut, does that mean it's more detailed? Thank you.
So this is a very basic question, and this guy could be new into the game. Who knows where it is? We all start somewhere. And Angie, Angie, you and your coffee. Angie said, I'm gonna cough right into the microphone.
Duh.
Let me cough into the microphone. Let everybody
trying to
hear.
cough away from the phone.
Unbelievable. I don't know what's up with this cough. We're gonna take you to the emergency room after this. I'm over it.
Asthmatic.
It's been going on for like 3 months now. I'm sick of this cough. You know, I don't
Love
know.
it.
Just don't give it to me, whatever it is.
It's not gonna take too
But Angie, do you know what a deep cut is?
like it goes way back. It's like a throwback.
It could. So when I use deep cut, it is basically it's a character that maybe nobody really knows. It's like it's not a Hulk Hogan, it's not an Ultimate Warrior. And Arnold Scotland is a deep cut. So that's what a deep cut is. It's not like you think of Batman, there's a couple iconic Batmans you think of, then you see a new figure that you never heard of. That's a bit of a deep cut. You know, there's stuff you know about, and then there's stuff that...
So the real ones only know the deep cuts.
Yeah, the deep cuts are a little tougher. So like, you know, everybody knows Legion of Doom in their red shoulder pads, and maybe the Road Warriors in their black shoulder pads. But do you remember the gold ones from that SummerSlam, or when they wore the blue, or the LOD 2000? Those are a little bit deeper cuts. So that's what I mean when I say deeper cut. It's a deeper cut look. It's one you don't see all the time. It's a little bit off the beaten path. That's a deeper cut. Next question.
I'm gonna go ahead and go this way. You read it.
Okay. And we're gonna end with an interesting one. Is I get this a lot too. So we're really clearing up a lot of weird things here on the channel. We're spilling the tea, as we said earlier. I'm gonna say this.
Wibb's Toys Bin.
And I get this kind of a lot in messages and stuff. But it is Wibb's Toes Bin. Wibb's Toes Bin. Hello, Kyle. Please make a video with you playing with your action figures. I'm particularly interested in seeing you play with the wrestling action figures in one of the rings. Can you set up a WrestleMania playthrough video? Thank you. No, I cannot. It is very weird that people want to see me set a ring up and play. Should I do it?
Do it.
Should I do this? Would that be funny? Would I go old school Kyle? I'll get the ring out and I'll do it just like I did as a little kid. Yep. I'll get the Royal Rumble. I'll have the figures behind me. Next up, it's Outback Jack. He's back again. I don't know.
Hilarious. I bet it'd be your top viewed video.
Probably, and that's the sad thing. I could take the easy way out on a lot of things. One thing you know about this channel, I don't do a lot of clickbait stuff. There's a lot of people who do clickbait stuff. It's just, I try to keep it as honest and stuff, and nothing worse than getting a clickbait title. It's just a wild time.
Unless he's using my boobs.
I'm not using
really not a clickbait.
I'm not using anything.
They're there.
You know, Angie, it's the 6-year anniversary. Why don't you just show them? Why don't you just show them? Let's get it over with. Just show them to everybody. Let's see them. Let's see them. Maybe this summer when it's warmer and the tan lines are a little better, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm not going to do that. And there's a lot of people, I've had comments. I don't get them as much as I used to, but people said, we want less of your face unless you're talking more of the action figures. Well, there's a million channels for that. There's a million hand modeling channels. Nothing against them, but there's a lot of people that's just their hands. I don't want to do that.
You got nice hands.
It doesn't interest me. That's the thing. At the end of the day, you have a YouTube channel, you have whatever. You got to make it your own. You got to do your authentic self. That's not me. I don't want to have my hands on camera rolling through stuff. I want to just be able to talk. I want this channel, and I think a lot of people understand that. It's you and me. It's Ted over there and Timmy over here and Joe right there in front. And I'm talking to them. We're having a conversation. And that's why Todd chimes in and helps me every once in a while. It's a conversation channel. It's almost like the news where you put a picture up on the side and here's the flames of the fire. And Kyle's talking about the fire and saying, oh, I think that was set by some arsonist, crazy guy from the couch with no shoes. That's what it's about. I've said enough. I'm getting half hot. But that's some of the magic behind the channel, or if that's what you want to call it. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But there it is, Angie. You got to get some Chick-fil-A in you, right? What are you going to get?
Nuggets with kale crunch salad and a lemonade.
$20 right there.
Buffalo sauce drizzled.
I'm debating going off the menu, going crazy. I'm getting this chicken, and I don't think I'd get the grilled. I think I'm going to get the breaded. And it's going to be the jalapeno ranch thing they're promoting like crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even really like Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwiches all that much. I'm more of a nugget guy. But I'm just so over Chick-fil-A. I got to try something different just to keep my sanity. Probably going to take one bite and then throw it across the room. Probably on the wall.
Why don't you try some mac and cheese?
No mac and cheese. Come on. What are we doing? But there it is, Angie. Half hour. Might as well call this a podcast at this point, but it is the 6-year anniversary. But Angie, I got so many weekly purchases. It's insane. We filmed this video was all filmed out of order. So you're going to see that maybe a little bit. And I got a bunch of weekly purchases that have already came for next week. It's crazy. And Angie was a real one. Found some stuff at Walmart today, but we'll talk about that next week. We got enough this week. And Angie, thank you for coming as usual. Thank you for coming for the 6-year anniversary. Thank you for the cake. I wish I could give everybody a slice. Thank you for the balloon. And thank you for taking me out and buying me dinner tonight.
Okay. Sounds good.
Finally. All right. Can we go somewhere I want to go, though? That's the problem. But there it is, Angie. And I guess we'll end it right here. The 6-year anniversary with Cowboy Kyle. Maybe I'll wear this out tonight.
Orange, little blue.
I look like a long-haired Jerry Reed is what I look like here. But there it is, Angie. That is the question of the week. If you want to be the question of the week, put your comments in the questions down below. And maybe you will get to be the question of the week next week. Uh-oh, what are we doing? Oh, no, she's taking it. Ride a cowboy or something. I guess so. And Angie, I just saw Venice Beach. Weezer was performing at Venice Beach last night or today.
That's crazy.
We just missed it. Anyways, half hour of rambling of a lunatic. It's time for the weekly purchases.
See you later.